Hello friends, this is a small initiative for all my engineering friends who somehow struggle to clear their semester exams. This will also be a help to other friends also to help them clear the exam in first attempt. Here I will be uploading a series of questions on various subjects which are most probable they will be asking you in your university examinations. So let's start. Today I'll be discussing Zener Diode and its related sub-questions. Today we will be discussing Zener Diode and its related sub-questions. Let us start. Now, generally they ask one main question, that is write a short note on Zener Diode and a sub-question with it. Explain Zener as voltage regulator, or what are the applications of Zener Diode and how can it protect your load from excess currents. Like that, small sub questions are asked with this main question, and this question will be asked for 8 to 10 marks. Let us see what is the concept of Zener diode and what you should write in the answer. Now we all know that Zener diode is a PN junction semiconductor device which is designed to operate in reverse breakdown region. Now this is the keyword, reverse breakdown region. You have to mention this in your answer because it will carry 1 mark in the split marks range. We all know that the answers are checked according to the answer key sent by the university. So we have to mention the keywords in the answer. Friends, do not go for quantity in the answer, go for quality. So try to remember most of the keywords and then frame the sentences. Okay. The breakdown voltage of a Zener diode is carefully set by controlling the doping level during its manufacturing. Now this is also an important point. When they ask you to write a short note about Zener diode, be specific about the points that you will be mentioning, because time management in theory paper is the key aspect. If you manage your time wisely, then you will be able to attempt all the questions, or else the answers of questions which you will be knowing but you will miss them, and this will cause a 10 to 12 marks loss in your score. Now there are two types of breakdown regions in a Zener diode. First is avalanche breakdown and second is Zener breakdown. And the symbol of Zener breakdown is shown here. This is anode and this is cathode. Friends, do draw the diagrams neatly, if possible with the pencil, but if not possible, draw it with pen, but neatly and carefully. And also mention the name of the figure and what it depicts. Like figure 1.1 shows Zener diode, like this, because figures also carry marks in the question. Now here are the VI characteristics of Zener diode. Friends, sometimes he asks only VI characteristics of Zener diode for 3 marks. There you have to draw this diagram, or else if he asks in short note for 7 marks, then you have to draw this because it will carry 1 mark in the diagram in the question. With the symbol, if you are able to draw, it will be icing on the cake. Now forward bias region, it works as a normal PN junction diode, which we can see from this portion of the VI characteristic. Now in reverse region, till knee point, it behaves as a normal diode, but after knee point, the breakdown occurs. Now what exactly is breakdown, we'll be looking in next slide, but what you should focus here is this voltage. This is the reverse voltage which will be mentioned with the Zener diode. Now this voltage will be varying for many diodes. Standard voltages are 5 volts, 12 volts. What we use in our electronic applications, mostly we use 5 volts. Zener diode are also used for triggering application, for triggering purpose in thyristor to control the triggering angle and triggering point. Now this is the knee point that you have to mention when you draw the VI characteristics, and sometimes he may ask you for 1 mark that what is the knee point and define the knee point in Zener diode. One thing I would like to mention here is, please notice this steep fall with the slope in the graph. Here one can notice that current is increasing, but the voltage rise is very negligible, which means that the voltage remains constant but current is increasing. So constant Zener voltage but increase in current. This is the operation of Zener breakdown region. Let us look at it. When we apply a voltage higher than Zener breakdown voltage, then Zener breakdown occurs. Zener breakdown is a phenomena where significant amount of current flows through diode with a negligible drop in voltage. Please focus here. This is the IZ minimum. This is the minimum current. When you apply to the Zener diode in reverse bias, it will take you to the knee point, and when you exceed this value, it will enter into the breakdown region where Zener will work as a voltage regulator. It will retain the constant voltage with a small, very small variation in Zener voltage, and the current will increase if you increase it. Now, the breakdown voltage of Zener diode depends upon the amount of doping. This we saw in the initial slide, but you have to mention it. This is also an important point. Now, what is the effect of doping on Zener voltage? Let us look. If heavily doped, Zener breakdown occurs at low reverse voltage. If lightly doped, Zener breakdown occurs at high reverse voltage. If we ask for a short note like explain Zener diode as a voltage regulator, then you have to mention these points because they will carry a significant weightage in your answer. Now, the applications of Zener diode. Used in voltage stabilizers, switching operations, clipping and clamping operations. Zener diode are also used in various protection circuits. Now you may be thinking that what kind of protection circuits? Actually, when Zener diode we use as a voltage regulator, it protects your load from excess currents. We'll see in the coming slides. Now, Zener diode as a voltage regulator. Zener diode is specifically designed diode that predominantly works in reverse bias condition. By now you should by heart these points because whatever the question is, these are the generalized points and the summary of these points you have to mention in your paper, which will help you to gain maximum marks. More heavily doped than other ordinary diodes due to which they have a narrow depletion region. While regular diode gets damaged when reverse voltage is increased across them, Zener diode works exclusively in this region. It is designed to work like this. Depletion region in Zener diode goes back to its normal state when reverse voltage gets removed. Now, this point is also important. When he asks a short note about Zener diode or Zener diode as a voltage regulator, please mention this point. Depletion region in Zener diode goes back to its normal state when reverse voltage gets removed. And this property of Zener diode makes it a useful voltage regulator. Now, Zener diode not only works as a voltage regulator but also protects the load from excessive current. This is also an application of Zener diode. And if you mention it, it will fetch you full marks in the answer. Now, please draw this diagram when he asks you to explain Zener diode as a voltage regulator. Here you can see from unregulated input, the application of unregulated input is converted to a regulated output for the load. Thank you.